time it is. It's about to be
that time. Oh, man. All right. 10:51. We are in post-Wano. Or at least, you know, that's what I'm calling it right now. We're no longer on Onigashima, right? So it felt necessary to do some changes with the layout. You know, so instead of the Onigashima background, we now have a background of the Fire Festival. All right. I'm excited for this. There was a lot of hype. I have been unspoiled. It seems like there is some major things that happen in this particular chapter. All right. I mean, most of all, I'm expecting to finally see Momonosuke in his human form. But other than that, let's get into it. Let's see. All right. Post Onigashima, let's say. Okay, copy that. Okay. Heading over to the chapter. Starting my OST. The Shogun of Wano, Kozuki Momonosuke. Alright. Alright. Oda seriously gave us the slow walking away from an explosion with the Germa kids. Oh man, that is such a meme. I love it. I love it. Okay. Wait. There is no need to flee. Mysterious figures in the flower capital. It seems that the dragon really wasn't Kaido. So there are two dragons? Yeah, dueling dragons. Something is happening in front of the castle. How can Komurasaki be here? Oshiro, what in the world is going on? You two have made a name for yourself. Is that Kinemon there? Is that Kinemon in the shadow? Now I wonder whether the rest of us will still be recognizable to them. Okay, I mean, Kinemon was laid up, needed to be carried by Usopp, and now my man is right here flexing. Okay. I thought he burned Udon Castle that day. But he's in front of our eyes. Is this a dream? Have we passed on to the next life? I don't remember us dying. Doesn't matter if this is a reality or a fantasy. Either way, I think we're about to see something monumental. So this is great for the people of Wano, right? They're seeing recognizable faces that they haven't seen in 20 years. Quick, fetch a light scroll snail. Ah, okay, broadcast it like the demise of Yasuie. Great idea. We have to get the word out to the rest of Wano. Hurry. This panel of Kiku being held by Nekomamashi is priceless. I love this. No doubt about it. It's the Red Scabbards. They've been assumed dead for 20 years. Toki-sama's prophecy came true. Alright. So, we've got the message projecting. This feels like the end of Dressrosa right now. Ringo. Seems like something's happening in the capital. Hakamai. Is this about the earthquake? Kibi. Thought the village would shake apart. Kuri. Head to Bakura Town. They're broadcasting something from the capital. Udon. This isn't the time to just stand around and watch. Now, this is interesting, right? Because I wasn't sure what the implication was when we saw Udon in the last chapter, if, like, the volcano that was being erupted was underneath Udon, and just everybody in Udon was was getting hit with lava, so obviously not. We see Babanuki right there. Ibisu Town. They're all laughing. What's all the fuss about? It's a light squirrel, snail transmission from the Flower Capital. I mean, you're Kaido's son. So this war isn't over yet? Alright, so Yamato's meeting the Straw Hats. We got Tama in tow. Hold on, I'm not your enemy. In fact, I've been following your exploits in the news for ages. By the way, I knew your crew was made up of a lot of weird-looking people, but meeting you all in the flesh is still quite a shock. You're going to talk with those horns. I love how Frankie is he's just ready to go. He's just ready to go. Alright. Anyway, I'll be sailing with you from now on. I go by Kosuke Odin, but you can call me Yamato. Nice to meet you. You're joining our crew? Tama's face, poorly drawn. Brooke approves. Sanji approves. Robin approves. Jinbei. We'll need to get confirmation from the captain before I'll be convinced. Fair enough. Alright. So far, that's my favorite panel of the chapter. Let's see. So is Luffy going to be okay? His battle was so intense in that form of his. We've got Luffy and Zoro both packed up. Let's see the packs in the chat, guys. Let's see those Zoropacks. Oh, man. Hey, who said you can run off? Young master, please. We don't want to be servants like the others. Well, this one doesn't seem like an enemy at any rate. Quit whining and stay put. We got Hamlet there, Briscola. That reminds me, what's going to happen to these guys? Ah, confirmation about Tama's powers here. My jutsu always wears off when the moon's shape comes back around. So it only lasts a month. This can't wait a month. Look at those packs in the chat. There we go. Alright. The animals usually go back to normal afterwards, but some stay tamed. I'm sure they get to choose what they like best. So there you go. For all of the Tama removes people's freedom, apparently everybody becomes free to continue to be tamed or to go on about their life. Master, I want to stay by your side. I'm happy like this. That makes me so glad. Umami-chan. I'd love it if you stayed with me, but not as my servant. Rather think of you as a mother. Oh, wow. Okay. What? King J said 252 is when Chopper joined, 652 is when Luffy asked Jinbei to join, 852 is when Jinbei joined, 1052 will be when Yamato joins. Okay. Look, Murasaki and Kinemon, and everyone else, they're kneeling. Who is that? It has been 20 long years since my father died. Whew. Alright. Getting the goosies. Let's go. Father, don't tell me. You have all done exceptionally well to have survived this protracted winter. Game of Thrones reference. The freedoms of the Fire Festival shall not end tonight. Starting tomorrow, all of you will be able to live as you wish. Orochi, you may drink as much as you please. You will no longer be charged for clean water. The toxic factories that have ravaged our land will be abolished. Slavery will cease to exist in Wano from this day forward. Momo-kun? 4 more factory workers died today. Maybe our turn to go tomorrow. Is that a baby Komachio? Has Komachio been with Tama since it was a little thing and then it grew? We're getting a little Tama flashback here. Who should tell Otama? She has to know. Tama, this will be difficult to hear, but your father or mother. Please rest easy. I'm gonna be okay. Hats for sale. Get your hats here. Does anybody need a hand-woven hat? Woven hats for sale. Sorry, Komachio, no one bought one today. Tama for Nakama, people. we're getting the flashback here. 1 hat, please. You're a Tengu. You are an orphan, I take it. Please do not give in. It will only be a few more years. Soon the Kozuki clan's mighty warriors will make their return. When that day comes, we'll finally be rid of those demonic Oni. They will no longer poison this land. Kozuki. Is that really true? Then I'll keep going. I'll be okay. Tama. Don't celebrate like this is special, Tama. By the time we leave this country, it'll be a place where you can eat as much as you want. Orochi's tyrannical regime and the menace of Kaido are gone for good. I met powerful and passionate friends on my voyage. Together, our ninja, pirate, mink, samurai alliance raided Onigashima. Kaido, Orochi, and the beast pirates, the monsters that have kept you living in fear, have all been vanquished. Is he serious? They were beaten? That awful Orochi's gone? Our alliance? Beppo spotting? There's a carrot spotting as well. We will never forget the heroes who paved the way to make this possible. Toko? Kinemo, now what? I'm not sure what to say next. Has to say fake it till you make it. Well, he knows a lot about that. He knows a lot about that. What are you, Momo? Just a figurehead? Does anything in the world still seem scary to you? My name was given to me by my father. It means second to none. I swear to live up to that by restoring this country's barren lands to the paradise they once were. But I'll need you to lend me your strength. I have transcended the last 20 years to save this land. From this moment on, whew, there it is. There it is. Wano will be led by me, Kozuki Momonosuke. Iori crying, Denjiro crying, Kawamatsu, Nekomamashi. Mother, I'll keep my promise. Father. Whew. I will continue the path you started. Sanji's proud, Yamato's proud, Tama, Nami. The true shogun has returned. deepest apologies for the delay, Momonosuke-sama. Sakura petals dance in a future sky where warriors can finally rest their blades. A man 8 years of age surveys their progress as they drift in the night air of the renowned land of samurai. Hiyori Face returns. He may lack physical strength. Ah, there it is. There it is. Look how tall he is now. Jeez. But he compensates his devotion to duty and boundless compassion. This man will one day be known far and wide as one of Wano's greatest leaders. We have just borne witness to the birth of the great shogun, Kosuke Momonosuke. The young hero stands tall. Jackie Pop took the time to color the cover spread. What a chapter, people. What a chapter. Ooh, man. Yeah. Wow. Wow. This chapter has a lot going for it. Okay. Shout out to the 500 people in here. Okay. First things first. R.I.P. Tama is Orochi's daughter. Alright.
Savage.
She could still be a Kurozumi. We don't know. We don't know. But we got a Tama flashback.
Another one.
Still looking good for Tama for Nakama. Still looking good, looking better, looking spicier. Alright. Yamato and Tama. I still think something's going to happen where Momonosuke is going to go with them, but you know, this chapter does certainly put a wrench in that. But we'll see. We'll see. We got more chapters to go. Shout out to Brandon King, member for 7 months. Said 7 months. Also, R.I.P. the Kurozumi Otama theory. Well, R.I.P. the part of it where she's Orochi's daughter. Still could be a Kurozumi. There's no confirmation on that or not. You know, there still could have been some hidden Kurozumi around. Mr. Fan 09 said those are pages from Odin's journal on the last page, right? Well, I mean, that wouldn't make much sense. Let me look. You're talking about
Savage.
like the narrator boxes? Nah, that's not Odin speaking, because he wouldn't be able to predict everything to that level. Noah said, no Marco or Izo appearance this chapter. Do you think they are together and okay, or do you think Izo is out? Seems weird that Izo wasn't there for that. Good point. I mean, I think we do need some confirmation on that. I think it's more weird that we didn't see Marco, considering that he was with Nami and Tama in the previous chapter. You know, maybe he's still leaning on a pillar somewhere.
Savage.
He could be on the hunt for Izo. In 1052, we could easily see a scene where Marco, you know, finds Izo and starts trying to heal Izo. I'm just hoping that Ashura Doji stays dead, you know, more than anything. Cassidy said, am I reading too much into the wording at the end? A future sky. Momo one day being known as the Great Shogun. Still think he's going with Luffy. I don't know. I mean, that's still my take. That's still my take. One day he will be the Great Shogun. After the world has been, you know, freed and liberated by Luffy. I think there's still things that Momonosuke needs to do. But he will one day be known as a Great Shogun for sure. DJBJ32, member for 12 months, and yo ho ho ho, good chapter, my dude. Oh, for sure. Chrissy's in here, loving the Yamato stuff, I imagine. Enigma Sword, my guy, said, I think when Luffy wakes up, he's going to not let Yamato on until they drop the Odin persona. I mean, that's... I think so. And also, you know, I was hoping that the Odin persona would drop once Yamato saw Momonosuke. You know, grown now. We'll see. Similar to when they wouldn't let Usopp rejoin until he apologized. That aside, hashtag Yamato for Straw Hat Baby. I know you're happy. Nomad Vagabond said Tama gets adopted by Nami. I mean, you want to talk about mothering mode. I can see that more than anything. Steve Schoenbach said, please never say Mommy-chan again, Randy. I didn't say Mommy-chan, I said Umami-chan, which is Horsalina in Japanese. It's the, you know, when you watch the anime, that's how Tama refers to speed. Certain nerd Mickwing said, I wonder what happened to the dead Cypher Pull Zero agent. Are you talking about Dripper Scarfino? Shout out to Blake Perez for subbing. Dripper, you know, he died to give us Gear 5. Shout out to him. Let's see. What are my predictions for the next chapter? We'll go ahead and take a look at that. Has Yamato actually seen Momonosuke, though? Said Purple Lover. That's the question. I mean, if Yamato is watching the light snail, then I would imagine so. But, yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna go back, look at the chapter. Had I known, I should have brought the, you know, and Chin, you were mentioning this before also, that I should bring back the Tama emoji for the members. I think we do need it back. Let's see. I'm gonna do that real quick. There we go. Tama emoji's back. So I'm going to scan through the chapter again. I'm going to try and think about where we're going here. Let's see. This was just an awesome chapter, you know. I mean, like, this is the kind of stuff that we get, you know, at the end of an arc, and you know, it's all of that feel good stuff. I still feel like a pen should drop somewhere, but for right now, like I said, next, you know, this chapter up to maybe another 2 chapters, it's going to be a lot of feel good stuff for the most part. Let's see. Probably get confirmation on Yamato joining. We'll probably get confirmation on Tama joining, especially after this flashback. I think it's very interesting that Tama said this thing where, like, I'd rather think of you as a mother, and Nami was present for that. So that's also kind of a an indicator to me that Tama's going to be joining also, and I think that Nami is going to take responsibility for Tama and kind of get in her Bell Mirror bag and adopt Tama. I would actually love that. I think that would be huge character development for Nami. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Jin said, isn't Tama adopted by Speed? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think that's really going to happen. I mean, especially with the face that Speed gave, and then you look at the face that Nami gave, it's kind of like she's basically saying, wait, I want to be the mom. So... Otar 3000 said, can Tama still be Kurazumi without being Orochi's daughter? Certainly. There has to still be, like, some lurking Kurazumi, you know? I mean, Orochi was a lurking Kurazumi after the massacre, so there had to be some other ones.
Certified drip.
Hey.
It's about to get spicy.
Demon Gunner. Appreciate you. Demon Gunner said, I was hoping something would change, but I don't like Momo. He is just a figurehead. Everything he did was pushed into by the Scabbards or Luffy. It might be unfair to compare his arc to Vivi's, but Vivi did it best. Can you please change my mind? I think that Momonosuke's character arc has been, I think it's a little underrated. I think that he's gone from being one of the most disliked characters in the community to turning that around pretty well. Now, I was vocally against him aging up and all of that. He's still aged up. I've been vocally against him hanging around and being the shogun. You know, it could shape up that way. I mean, based on this chapter. I think the best thing for Momonosuke is to go on the journey with the Straw Hats and have further development. And it feels like Oda is really... The past 10 years, like, the entire story has been so focused on Momonosuke to the point where he's almost been the main character of the story, like, from a different lens, in the same way that you could look at Dressrosa and you could say that Kyros is the main character, I mean, you know, of that particular arc from a different lens also. Like, he's got his own journey that he's going on, he's got a huge backstory, and he triumphs over the person that beat him, right? So, in that same regard, Wano has done the same thing for Momonosuke. He didn't triumph physically like Kyros did. He triumphed more... philosophically, and also with the whole landing of Onigashima, like by thwarting Kaido's plans. So Momonosuke was instrumental in that, but everything that Momonosuke has been handed to him, right? Essentially, his fruit, his power, his name, his, you know, his place in the world, everything with the scabbards. So that's why I want Momonosuke to earn his own thing by continuing in the story and continuing to kind of come into his own rather than have all of this forced aging upon him. All right, so now he's been aged up. Now he's got the body of a 28-year-old. He still has the mind of an 8-year-old. And now he's going to be the Shogun of Wano. I don't know. I think let's get some more life experience in there. I mean, he's had a lot of life experience jam-packed into these past couple of months, but I don't think that he should stay on Wano. That's just my take. Oda, you know, may think differently, right? And go a different route in the story, and that's fine too, because it's Oda's story. But me personally, I think Momonosuke should not stay and be the Shogun. Not yet. He should become the Shogun once Luffy has freed the world.
Savage.
But, of course, Vivi did it best. Vivi's been the best princess. And Momonosuke is the princess of this arc. R3000 said, do you think Kaido will come back and awaken? No, I don't. The only way Kaido is coming back is if the SSG land on Wano and Oda uses Kaido to hold them back. I think Kaido is done. Potentially even dead. King J said, my Avi is Kyros, my favorite side character. Underrated character. Love Kyros. Really love Kyros. Brandon King. I really liked Momo's adult design. It's kind of like a combination of Odin and Kaido, which is awesome. And it's looking kind of Chadley. Also, R.I.P. Ashura Doji. Yes, moment of silence. A combination of Odin and Kaido. I don't see the Kaido. I don't see that he looks like Kaido, personally. He has his lineage factor in him, sure. But, nah, he's just Odin. You know, I see a little bit of Toki in him, too, though. Like in the eyebrows. Very motivated said, as good as this chapter was, no Chuji gets a 0 out of 10. Oh, man. I think it'll be hilarious if we get back to the Sunny and, like, Sanji's cooking and we realize that Chuji is just on the ship and, you know, really is his Ratatouille. Blake Perez said, in Wano, children adopt you. Lucy B said, Kyros is the one true father. Best dad in the series. Best dad. I'll fight people. Best dad. No problem, Demon Gunner. Thank you. Cassie's with the hot take said, still calling the big twist tragedy to be the death of Yamato. I mean, that would be wild. You know, I mean, we've talked about it potentially, being a case, but I don't know. I don't see it happening now. Parvision is in here. He asked, tragedy in 1052 or 1053? 1053. I think 1052 is going to be more of the same. Maybe a clue at the end of the chapter. Phantom Greyfire said, I'd say Law was more central than Kiro's. Law was tied to Luffy's arc in the story, whereas Kiro's had his own entire storyline in Dressrosa that had a very fruitful beginning, middle, and end. King J said, Momo is one of the best written characters. His character writing and character design gives me main character vibes. Momo is easily main character material. That's what I'm saying.
Savage.
And that's what I'm saying. Momo has been a main character for 10 years. That's why I believe that he is going to continue to be so. And Oda's not going to just drop him off. Dino Spink said, Momo sacrificed 20 years of his life. This guy says Vivi did it better. No, 20 years is better than crying. Look, alright. The years have kind of eclipsed Alabasta. But Alabasta is still... I mean, it's my favorite arc. I think it's the best arc. And Vivi is an incredibly underrated character that, technically rode with the Straw Hats probably just as long, if not longer, than Momonosuke, considering the time frame and everything. And Vivi was the emotional core, and actually Momo stopping Onigashima is, it's right up there with Vivi's plight to stop the bomb.
Savage.
In Alabasta. Granted, larger scale for Momonosuke. Physically. Probably still the same amount of deaths if both of them, did what they were intended to do. Ramona Vila said, how can you say everything's been handed to Momo? His devil fruit is the product of starvation. His life is the product of losing his parents in childhood. His shogun is the result of fighting monsters at 8. I mean, if it's a hot take, it's a hot take, but it's... Certainly, Momonosuke has earned some things by the end of Wano, especially with landing Onigashima, learning to, use his powers at the end and all of that. But his stature and everything, he was born into it, is essentially what I'm saying. It's not like he, fought an uphill battle just to become the shogun. He fought an uphill battle to become shogun, but the path of his life was always to be that, essentially. Big DeBoss said the raid will fail. The raid has already succeeded. Any failure past this point has nothing to do with the raid, because the raid was on Onigashima. Onigashima is over and on Wano. I still believe that there should and possibly will be a failure in this arc, but it has nothing to do with the raid. Because the raid is over. Anything else will be consequential. So, and when that tragedy happens, everybody will be like, the raid has failed, the raid has failed. But we really need to understand the vocabulary here. The raid was on Onigashima. The raid was against Kaido. The raid was against, Big Mom and the Beast Pirates. That is done. It's over with. Unless they partake in all of that and are a part of it, then, you could say that. But unless Orochi, Kaido, and Big Mom are involved in whatever the tragedy is, if it's the world government ship showing up, if it's Vegapunk, if Blackbeard pulls up, that's not the raid failing. The raid is over. It succeeded. Marcos Gaming said, I think Usopp needs more character development than Nami. For within this arc, for sure. He's the only person who didn't get a power-up. Lion Punch, member for 12 months, said, how fast do you think we'll get new bounties? It depends on what we see when we go outside the world, right? So if Schoolboy Collins goes and, makes a direct call to Big News Morgans, then sure. But either way, Big News Morgans needs to first learn about what happened on Wano. And then, and also Brand New needs to learn about it. Did I see the Fox and Ringu panel? No, I didn't.
Savage.
Lucy B said, I've read the Japanese fans think Kaido is boring, and that's the reason Oda was urged to cut his flashback. I don't know if Oda would be pressured like that. I don't think so either. I think, I too think that Kaido is a little bit boring. I think that he'll become better once we understand the full structure of the story, but I think that Oda has designed Kaido in a way that he physically can't tell us more about Kaido without giving away huge reveals in the future. So we had to skip past the Rocks flashback because the Rocks flashback is going to be intimately tied into like the Void history and potentially Laugh Tale and all of this. So by going there, we would get just a massive, huge spoilers. It's sort of the same dance that Oda had to do in the Odin flashback, where he came out and said, I have to be very careful with everything I write and show when I do this flashback because I could potentially give too much away. We got exactly what we needed with the Kaido flashback, all right? And I, in my analysis, I did a thorough breakdown where, I was like going into the things that Kaido said, how that relates to his character, how that could relate to, a potential later Rocks flashback, etc., etc. So, yes, I want the Rocks flashback, but I totally get it, totally understand why we didn't get it. I understand why we got a truncated background, but there will be more Kaido in the future. 1, inevitable Yamato flashback, right? 2, inevitable Rocks flashback. The Rocks flashback, we're not going to get until, like, Endgame. Like, Endgame series. The Yamato flashback could probably come, I'd say, Robin style. Like, in another arc, where Yamato has this big character arc where they have to sort of figure out that they don't need to be Odin anymore, and then once they embrace their own name, and that they are just Yamato, and they, relinquish the Odin part of themselves, that's when a flashback could start, something like that. Similar to the vein where, Robin was a member throughout all of Skypiea, but we didn't get the flashback until we got to Eddie's Live. So something like
It's
that.
about to get spicy.
Hey, Container Productions. Appreciate it. Said, what's up? What's good? First time catching you live. Really enjoying your content. Thank you, Container. appreciate you. I'm good. You know, the family here, you know, we're getting over some illnesses, but you know, we're triumphing. So, and there's gonna be a lot more content to come. May was a rough month, but June's gonna be better, especially for content. Got a lot of stuff in the works. Certain nerd Mickwing said the tragedy is there is no meat in sake because everything burned and got washed away in Onigashima, and Wano probably has no food. It doesn't have enough food for a party. Yeah, I mean that's pretty tragic, and certainly when Luffy comes to, he'll feel the same way. Yeah. W's in the chat for Container Productions and Demon Gunner for sure. Ramona Vila said, all the criticism you say about Momo apply with Vivi, if not more. Momo was not supposed to be the shogun after his father's death. Anyway, you can like Vivi more, no problem. I do like Vivi more. But it's different, and there's also the age difference, you know, that comes with it. You know, Vivi was twice Momo's age during the Alabasta saga. But what I like about Vivi more than Momonosuke, more than anything, is that Vivi was the no smoke queen. Like, Vivi understood what needed to be done and didn't cry about it. Like, she literally went out of her way, joined, you know, a criminal organization, was active in her life, was active in trying to stop all of this. Momo was too young to be active, really. He was reactive. He was, you know, he was hiding behind Kinemon. He was hiding behind Luffy. And then he became active at the very end of Onigashima. Whereas Vivi, you know, like the second she saw Crocodile, cut his head off. He's a Logia, but she's still like, you know, it was like, I'm going to save my people. And Momonosuke was always like, I don't know if I can save my people. So that's the difference. But that's also age more than anything. Corey Zhang said, adult Momonosuke looking like Green Bull. Yeah, I've seen a lot of fan art of Green Bull that does look like that. Hey, Kev Dog, what's up? Ronnie Fazio said, do you think Oda will tie up the Korazumi plotline by revealing that Yamato's full name is Yamato Korazumi? We've talked about that a lot, and I've said that the Korazumi plotline is something that does need to be wrapped up. And the Kosuke clan is completely and utterly responsible for all of this, because Sukiyaki's dad basically, you know, was responsible for the Korazumi massacre, and a lot of people died that didn't need to die. You know, you didn't need to punish the many for the acts of the few. So I think that was wrong, and now there really needs to be, like, I want a good Korazumi so that we can just sort of get past all of that past, right? So that's where the Tama theory had come from, that Tama was Orochi's daughter, obviously confirmed in this chapter not to be. Tama could still be a Korazumi, but at this point, maybe it's better if it is Yamato or Toko. We've talked about
Savage.
Yamato a lot, especially considering that when Yamato was introduced, after I came up with the Kurozumi Tama theory, Yamato took the role, and we've talked about this for like since Yamato came out as a character, that Yamato is essentially everything that I wanted from the Tama theory in the first place. A character that is directly related to one of the people that is completely responsible for ruining Momonosuke's life, right? Have Momonosuke have to deal with that struggle and work together with someone that ruined his life. With someone who's related to someone who ruined their life, right? And sort of challenge that sins of the father idea. Yamato has the same hair as Kurozumi Higurashi, all the way to the little strands on the ends of the hair, so maybe. You know, used to say it as a joke, but it's especially with them being in the last chapter, it just seems so much more likely. I don't know. We need that Yamato flashback. We got the Tama flashback. We need the Yamato one now. I think it's going to be a while before we get it, though. Let's see. Momo said, what else has to happen so Act 3 ends? What is Oda building up to? I'm very curious. Can't wait for the next chapters. I mean, there's... I mean, for one thing, I'd love for the Kurozumi plotline to get wrapped up. That's one thing that I would really like to see happen before the end of the act. Let's see. Catching up. We were all different people before Wano. Yeah. When Wano started, I wasn't a dad. That's how long this arc's been going on. Steve Schoenbach said, just chill out. Momo is awesome and incredibly strong for how much he has been through. Yeah, for an 8-year-old, you know, I give him all the credit in the world for that. He has been through more than he ever should have. You know, and that's why if he joins, the Wano arc is his flashback. Ninja Boy Joel said, people have been short-sighted since we came to Onigashima. I feel that Wano gets judged on Act 3 and the rest gets forgotten. What do you think? I loved Act 1 of Wano. Act 2 was not the best. I wasn't a fan of the Udon portion of the arc specifically, but Act 2 did have, you know, chapters like Big News and Ultimate and all that. I mean, like those are the highlights, right? Looking outside of Wano, really. Act 3, I'm not really going to judge it, you know, until we know that the curtain has finally closed on Act 3. But it's so far, I mean, it's been great. It's had some highs, but I don't think the highs of Onigashima match the highs of some you know, more iconic arcs like Enies Lobby or Marineford, or, you know, there's a lot of, and I mean, maybe it's recency bias, you know, but it's like there are panels that are like etched in my head that I can like go back to, and I can remember where I was, and I can, you know, I get immediate nostalgia, and I'm like, this panel is iconic, right? I think we got one of those in this chapter, with, you know, the reveal of Momonosuke. I think I'm always going to remember that. I also love this panel of, you know, Yamato with the crew. But this particular arc, I don't feel like it had as many of those like really iconic moments. Obviously, Gear 5th, you know, the smile with the face, like that's amazing. You know, Luffy turning into goop or whatever he was doing. But the shot of Kaido with the moon and all of the scabbards, that was pretty iconic. It's like 993 or something maybe. But you know, it's like I have to start to think about it, right? Whereas, you know, if I think of an arc like Enies Lobby, I can immediately go to things like I Want to Live, the Mary showing up, Diable Jambe for the first time, Ashura for the first time, Gear 2nd, you know, Usopp shooting the flag, and Usopp yelling to Luffy. Frankie drinking tea. Monster Chopper. You know, there's just a lot that I can kind of go to. You know, the Zoropack, you know, for Onigashima, certainly. I don't know if I'm in the minority there. Roger's laugh. Yeah. For sure. I mean, that's like the most iconic shot in probably the entire series, so, you know, we definitely got that, right? Giant Luffy, yep, that's an iconic one. Always gonna remember that, especially with how long I've been wanting it. Jin asked Chrissy how she can have season 4 of Stranger Things over season 1. Because season 4 of Stranger Things is the best season of Stranger Things. And it's really no contest. Sidebar. Ragnar Draco Brothers said, "You're a dad, congrats." Yep, for 17 months I've been one. Yeah. No, my son was born the week that Chapter 1000 came out. Right, Fazio said, "Do you think Pudding is getting kidnapped in the Germa cover story? In Whole Cake Island, they had brought up the idea of kidnapping her as a bargaining piece. That would be interesting. I think bringing Pudding back into the story, into the main story, is not a bad idea. I think that would be great." Michael Lacoste said, I just want the story to move forward. Now that the raid is over, we can do that. Whether that means ending Wano with the current act, or we get a full 5-act Kabuki, doesn't matter. I'm just excited for new stuff. I'm excited for new stuff too. I mean, this is really... This is the most I've been excited in a while. All the gear 5th type was great, but man, just the idea that we're going to be going outside of the world soon. That's what I live for with One Piece. That's what I live for. I need it. I need it. What's been going on outside? Enter a name every 13 months said drop 1052 spoilers. Well, I'm gonna take a cue from King J, who had mentioned that 652 was when Luffy asked Jinbei to join. 252 was Chopper joining. And 1052 was when Jinbei came back. No, that's not right. 952. No, was that right? Is that right? It was 962. 972. 972. That's when that was. Yeah, 972. That makes sense. Or 982. Somewhere around there. Anyway, it ended in a 2. So we're either going to get a confirmation that Yamato is like confirmed by Luffy to join, or Tama, or both. Someone's going to join. That would be fun. So we just continue on this thread of, whether or not Yamato is going to join. I think there needs to be like a behind closed doors conversation that Momonosuke has to have with either Hiyori and Denjiro and all of that about the state of Wano and what to do. We really need to see what's going on with these government ships. I mean, they've been out there for way too long now. And everybody's not going to be able to continue partying like this, but if they show up, like I've been saying, Oda's definitely going to do a thing where we see something in like the last 2 pages of the chapter, and then we deal with it more in the following chapter. I don't know when that chapter is coming, but it could be any time in the next couple of chapters. But we had the big grand show for all of Wano, right? But now we need more of an introspective, serious conversation, delineating. Kinemon should probably meet his wife in the next chapter. I think we need to see more geography of, where is Izo? Let's confirm that Ashura Doji is dead. What's going on with Marco? This is all stuff that really should happen in the next chapter. Like, we should see the other side of all of it. We did the grand broadcast. Now let's just focus in, right? So this is sort of like at the end of Dressrosa, right? Where Fujitora did his grand broadcast, to the world about everything that happened, even though the, world government and the Marines didn't want that, right? But then after that, we kind of slowed down. We focused on the recovery, maybe Marco takes the Sabo role where he sits and he has a conversation with the Straw Hats a little bit, and Luffy is asleep, and then Marco just like leaves them a message to give to Luffy, and then he flies away. Says something like, "Hey, come to Sphinx Island," something like that. We also need to, do the poneglyphs at some point. Robin's got to go back inside. Maybe a conversation between Law and Robin about, hey, there was a poneglyph in there. Or I don't know, Oda can have some random character say that they made a grubbing of it and give it to Robin. Or Oda can just say that Robin already read the poneglyph off screen. Because he likes to do that too. That's sort of where I'm sitting with things right now. Do we think King will talk to Luffy? I don't know. I mean, I would love some, like, Lunarian lore, though. Lucy B said, and also, who is Tango? Yeah, we also, you know, if we're ever going to find out that Tengo Yamahitetsu is Kosuke Sukiyaki, should be now. So, yeah. Tangiyama should take off his mask. Saeed Abdo said, the last we heard of Okabori town, where Otsuru lives, was that it got burned by Hold'em. So you're saying that you think that Otsuru died and was burned by Hold'em? Then, if that was the case, then Kinemon should have died. Because if he can't meet his wife, then there's no point in having him be alive. Emil Diaz said, did Zunisha come just to say, I hear Joy Boy? Seems like it. I mean, the best use of Zunisha would be that there is a tragedy, there needs to be a mass exodus of Wano, all of the citizens climb onto Zunisha, and they return to Wano once the story is over and the world is safe. Liza said, my baby girl Boa whooped Kobe, right, Oda? Right? I got a video on that coming out. Now that, you know, we're going to be going outside of the world, and we're going to definitely be talking about all that kind of stuff. A lot of people saying they want Kaido to awaken. I think that Kaido was already awakened. The feats that he showed us, he had to be awakened. Barry said those World Update chapters are always legendary. You know it. Phantom Greyfire said, quick maths, Act 3 so far has lasted 3.71 Marine Fords. Arab said Whitebeard versus Roger is memorable. Yeah, but it's also not related to Wano. You know, only in the sense that Odin is involved. But, you know, the best part of Wano shouldn't be Roger and Whitebeard having a fight. When does Shanks come into play? We need to see that celestial snitch. Well, we don't know. You know, don't judge before we have all the cards on the table. The last we saw of Shanks, you know, aside from meeting with the Gorosei, he said, Luffy, it's time to meet soon, right? So soon they will meet. Especially if things tie into Film Red. Where did Hiyori get sea stone nails? Kairoseki is made on Wano, so it's not that hard to imagine. Hawkins also had them and used them against Law in Act 1 or 2. Lucy B said Hiyori got nothing and is only admired because of her appearance. Yep, I was hoping that Oda would not Oda, but Oda Oda'd. And, you know, went full shonen and did not give us a satisfying conclusion for a female character. But there's still hope. There's still hope, right? Behind closed doors, Momo will say, I am the Shogun in name. I'm going to go on an adventure. Hiyori, you take my place, though. You run everything. Make them believe it's me. I mean, I'm not satisfied with that either, but hey, you know. My guy, Ty, W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Ty. Finally got a chance to hide. Pink Panther music is playing. Dun, 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 dun.
Lavish bracket. In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it.
I love that video,
Racks,
bro.
I gotta have
Loved
it.
it.
Gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket?
My man
Pay
said,
my
sorry I'm
taxes.
late, Captain.
Trust me, you could track it.
Narrator's dropping spoilers now. Oda boxes are wild these days. I'm in an elevator right now. 144p boys, what's up, Savage Crew? The narrator's been dropping spoilers longer than this. I mean, remember the end of Dressrosa? When he was talking about the Grand Fleet and said, these men are going to be responsible for a, massive feat in the future. They just don't know it yet. He's dropping spoilers then too. Dropped spoilers at the end of Bonaro Island, saying this fight, will change the course of history as we know it. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but it's sort of the same thing. So for Oda to be saying like, this is the beginning of the great Shogun Kosuke Momonosuke. Yeah, we're getting some narrator spoilers. We're looking pretty far into the future, right? Ching. Yeah. I think if anything, the way that that's worded only helps the idea that Momo isn't that great Shogun yet. Needs to go on an adventure, come back, and then be the great Shogun. Will Smoothie do CPR on Lin Lin to expunge the lava? That's actually a great idea. I mean, they would need a Vira card to look at it. Where's Lavish Bracket? Did the song not play? Should have played. If not, I'll play it. Lucy B said, at least Hiyori got the bang bang with Zoro, if nothing else. Yeah. We still don't know how Hiyori even got to Onigashima. That's true. Maxo, that's true. We really, that's kind of a plot hole. Is she the pheasant? Song did play. Alright, good. I like the idea of Smoothie squeezing the lava out of Big Mom. I think that's great. They would just have to find Big Mom's burnt corpse after it exploded out of the, after it erupted. That's actually, I'm actually a really big fan of that, Emil. Because that would give the Big Mom pirates something to do, like say that they are on Wano, right? They find Big Mom. That puts Big Mom back into the story and in play for Elbaf. Yeah, I really like that, actually. And it gives Smoothie something to do and, like, a reason for their power. Axo said the 808's bringing him to life. Narrators, the lurking legend. Yeah, that's it. Tai is on the run from Inspector Clouseau. Can we use the siren for hot takes? Sure. What's the hot take? Ragnar Draco brother said, I think it would be hilarious if the Big Mom pirates finally come up the waterfall and Big Mom gets shot through the volcano at them and drops them all the way down again. Yeah, I mean, third time's the charm, right? Shout out to iGotti. Yeah. I'm okay with that, but it also gives Big Mom back to the Big Mom pirates. It's convenient. But yeah. Smoothly load tiffing a Kainu. That's a pretty hot take. Fable, what's up, man? Big Mom pirates have been missing longer than Denjiro was. That's a true fact. That's a fact. Tay Day said, Randy, seems like a lot of people took a L this week. Raid isn't failing. Tama's not Orochi's daughter. We don't know if Tama isn't a Kurozumi. Toki isn't coming back. Momo isn't joining the Straw Hats. We still don't know that. Still think any of these are happening still? Well, the raid can't fail. It's succeeded. Explained this earlier. The raid was about Onigashima. It was about Kaido. That part won. Anything else, any other failure has nothing to do with the raid. All right? And the specific wordage of everything is the raid on Onigashima will fail. Right? The raid on Onigashima literally did not. If it was the Wano arc will end in failure, then there could still be a W there. Tama isn't a Kurozumi. Tama's parents could have been Kurozumis. We don't know. But we know that Tama is not Orochi's daughter. So L, congratulations. I played myself. All right. Tama being a Kurozumi, we still don't know about that. I still think that someone should be a Kurozumi, whether that is Tama, Yamato, or Toko. Just to tie plots up. Toki isn't coming back. I mean, I feel like that's kind of been a thing for a while. Momo isn't joining the Straw Hats is still not off the table. That is not off the table, especially with the wordage at the end of the chapter that he is the future great Shogun of Wano, not the current great Shogun of Wano. Barry said there's still a chance that Tama's Orochi's father, though. This is true. Taking it way back. Oh, man. What a time. What a time. Do I think adult Momo will have a different voice actor? Young Momo has a female voice actor, so a voice actor change feels likely to me. Potentially. I think it would be interesting if they brought back Odin's voice actor to do it. But, you know, I mean, then you have things like Miyumi Tanaka, you know, doing 8-year-old Luffy and, 19-year-old Luffy, 17-year-old Luffy. So it depends on the range of Momo's voice actor. If they think that, they have a deeper voice and all of that, that'll work. I think that they're going to try it. They're going to see if they like it, but otherwise they'll, change it up. But we will know if Momo's voice has changed basically right after he transforms, because he still talks. So it's not like he needs to be in his human form. We'll be able to see whether his voice changes when he becomes a giant dragon. I think for dramatic effect, it works if, he does get deeper, though. Frogman said, Randy, please mention the statement by editors about the real antagonist of Wano. You're talking about when the director of the series talked about how there's another antagonist at the end of Wano. Because I've been talking about that there should be another antagonist in Wano since, like, the beginning of Wano. It's probably my oldest theory, as far as Wano is concerned. That, Kaido won't be the final villain. And realistically, I mean, I still, I'll die on this hill that I feel like it makes sense if Vegapunk does show up in this arc, because the arc that started all of this, Punk Hazard, was still very heavily Vegapunk driven. So it just makes sense if he shows up. And he was mentioned several times in the arc. It's time. Yeah. Fable agrees. The female voice actor can still play a deeper voice. I mean, that's what I would prefer. Ronnie said, I'm waiting for adult Momo to try his pervy ways towards Nami and Robin and get slapped because he's an adult now. I might have to play the siren for you, Chin, saying Treble is the best voice actor in One Piece. I mean, he did his job, made everybody hate the character. Doofy. Yeah. Not the best, though. Day said you should do a video on the questions still looming for Wano, like Tengiyama Tetsu, Sukiyaki, etc. The last analysis video was basically that. I titled it What's Next and did a breakdown of, things that we need to accomplish before the end of the arc. Who has the best voice in One Piece? I mean, the most iconic one is Luffy. I mean, just like it can't be replicated. I'm the live action Treble confirmed. No. What if adult Momo just has Pika's voice? Pika, 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 da, da, da. Mayana! I'm the shogun of Wano. I'm Kosuke Momonosuke. That would be awful. A lot of people have been mentioning that they think that Momo looks like a young Kaido. I don't see it at all. And if it's the hair that you're talking about, then that's not something to really draw a comparison from, because the hair is it's just overgrown hair. Like it's no different than, you know, Odin's hair, really. It just isn't tamed.
Lavish bracket. In a
Guy.
lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta
Babel.
have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you can track it.
Hit us with the Corazon. W's in the chat for Fable. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I'm in talks for Dripper. That I would do. I'd do that. Maxo said canon Momo voice. Chuji's voice by Idris Elba. Oi. Chuji the mouse. I'm Idris Elba. I don't think I've ever tried to do an Idris Elba impression. Might need to work on that. Have I heard Katakuri's German voice actor? I did. It's good. Maxo said, I feel like Roger's voice actor is just so iconic. The first one. First one is so iconic. The second one, not as much. Dev Dog said, I think Momo kind of looks like Calgara, honestly. I mean, realistically, he looks more like Saito. Calgara's like son-in-law. But from that respect, that just means he also looks like Luffy. You know, because like I was saying in the Joy Boy as a snake theory, I was like, I think that Luffy may be also a descendant of those guys, related to them. But it also just could be Oda, you know, doing generic drawings. And this is particular in the the first reveal image. He's a little more defined when we get to the panel where he's saying father, but even then he does look like a Shandian. You know, I mean, you put a tattoo on him and it's Wiper. I don't know, but that's just Oda. It's so hard to like try and draw comparisons to different characters. Axel said, I can't believe Eddie Heartthrob pays his taxes. Eh. Everybody's got to pay their taxes. Brandon King said, I think the most iconic voice is Enel. It's so recognizable. The man did a great job getting the god complex thing across. That's a good point. I like that. Yeah. Whatever, Kaminari. Yeah. Dude was good. He was good.
Savage.
I like that. He looks like Yamcha from early Dragon Ball. He does kind of have a Yamcha vibe to him. He does have a Yamcha vibe. Yamcha's my favorite character from Dragon Ball, so I can live with that. Shout out to my guy Ty. Shouting out Fable. Here with the super stickers. W's in the chats. W's in the chat. Oh man. Everybody started talking about paying taxes and Tide showed pop back out.
In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you can track it.
That guy DK Dawn Knight 1993 said, "Sound on. How many chapters before we leave Wano? Right guesses only." That's a I mean, I think I feel like I was asked this a couple of chapters ago, and I think I said 12. Something I mean. I think we could have 10 more chapters. As long as there's something, some other thing that happens. If we're just getting up and leaving, 4 to 6, but I think we've got it.
Lavish bracket. In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat
That's a
my
Fable.
fabric. Do you see this
Thanks for the
jacket?
shout out, Ty. He
Pay
said,
my
like
taxes.
D stream.
Trust me, you can track
Listen to the
it.
man. Listen to the man. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. We got 2 goats in the chat today. Two Yonko. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. 100-ton Luffy said 9. Start moving at 1060. Potentially. 1060, 1062. That kind of feels right. I mean, it also depends if we want to, start trying to think about the outside the world chapters. I think we're going to have a better idea of how many chapters Wano is going to have by 1053. So I think by 1053 we're going to know if there's going to be more to Wano or if we're really just wrapping things up. And when I say that, I mean 1053 has to come out, and then at the end of that, I think we'll really know. Because 1052 is going to be a chapter that's very much in line with 1051. It's going to be wrapping up some things. 1053 should also be doing that, but the time frame and the structure and all of that should be moving us towards something by that point. I don't expect necessarily anything in 1052 to move us to that point yet. It could, but I expect it by 1053. Fable said, "Where's Vern when you need him most?" Vern's trying to. He's trying to He's trying to save up for his house. Money fight. Oh my god. Alternate said there was a comment on JD Legends video that questioned why another month time frame was put on by Thomas Fruit, the other being Hawkins' prediction. I think there are still things left to do in this arc. I hope there are things that are still left to do in this arc.
Savage.
You know, like, I would love for everybody to, you know, continue hanging on Wano. There's also a bunch of world government ships, if I haven't mentioned this, sitting outside of Wano. There's also the Big Mom pirates that are going to be wondering where their mother is. So, there's that. Parasparrow could wake up. Jack could wake up. King could wake up. You know, I mean, these are people that were not hit by magma. So, you know, kind of got to figure out what's going on with those guys as well. There's some logistical issues here. Abel said DK is a goat too. He is a goat. He is. Louis Vasquez said, hey Randy, you should check out Son of the White Mare. I feel like Oda got a lot of inspiration for Sun God Nika from this film. Son of the White Mare. I've never heard of this film, but let me mark that down. Something to look up afterwards. Okay. Got that saved. I'll try and look that up. I don't know if I'll have time to watch it, but hey, guy's back.
Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Peep my fabric.
My man.
Do you see this jacket?
DK and Fable put a bounty out to find Vern. Also, thanks for reminding me to to like the stream. Doing it now. Oh man, look at those W's. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I like to see the W's. You know, support the supporters. Appreciate you guys. Chitty said, damn, another one. Kev Dog said Marco dying might still happen, fingers crossed. I mean, I'd like that. I mean, it depends, you know, like if we have a situation where the magma becomes a problem, you know, and then Marco sacrifices himself to save Wano from the lava or something and then is reborn. That'd be something that would be, you know, potentially interesting. It's just, there's so many ways that the story should go. Like, we've talked about this. Revolutionary Army has huge ties to Wano and really should show up. Vegapunk has huge ties to this arc, should show up. Shanks said that they were going to meet soon. Film Red's around the corner. Could he show up? Blackbeard, tied to the in-between acts, the act breaks. Moria, all of that. Like, we need to see Moria's reaction to Kaido being defeated. You know, maybe the Big Mom pirates scoop up Big Mom and, you know, Smoothie juices the lava out of Big Mom, like Emil was saying. But then also Blackbeard shows up to Wano, but he finds Kaido's corpse with Moria. You know, and then we do that. Smoothie versus Yamato, that would be interesting. This Downey said that Thomas flashback made you tear up. Ah, man, that one was tough. That one was tough. That was tough. But I'm glad we got it though, so Tama can, you know, finally join in peace. Momo said it's really interesting that Tama's power is linked with the lunar cycle. Yep. I mean, there's so much moon imagery, just in general. Fable said, Maxo, you think we should go on a date? Everybody's shipping Fable and Ty right now.
Savage.
Weekly Shonen said, Tama went full Anya from Spy X Family this chapter. I haven't seen Spy X Family, but I do want to. Maxo's not letting up. My man super chatted to say, here's money for Fable and Ty's date. Get yourselves, checks notes, 3 Wendy's spicy chicken Sando meals. Oh man. The guys are too much. Lucy B said, I've listened to some anime only, have started reading the manga and their minds are blown. So what kind of stuff are they saying, Lucy? Ty came back to throw the W's for Maxo. Oh. Ty said BRB. They might have found him. Brandon King called the fusion of Fable and Ty Table. Out here. There's an actual like word for when you put someone's names together. I forget what it's called. Oh man, Fable back at it. Despite popular demand, me and Ty will not be going on a date at Maxo.
Lavish bracket. In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Peep my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you
Harry
can
said
track it.
her dreams were dashed with a hundo dono. Ty's running to the next closet. Parvision said that he shouted out Chrissy's stream on his live yesterday. Shout out to Parvision, appreciate that. Yes, Chrissy's still doing the Chimera Ant arc reactions on Wednesdays. Portmanteau, yeah, that's exactly the word, Saeed. Thank you. Yep. Table. That's hilarious. Lucy B said mostly they 4 to 5 anime onlys that are around Dressrosa are amazed how much emotions the black and white pictures with no music or voices can bring forth. Okay, so they were in Dressrosa, got tired of the pacing because they don't know about One Pace, and switched to the manga. And now they're talking about that. They should read the colored manga too. I mean, I don't know if anybody's like suggesting that to them. But one, if they're in Dressrosa, they should be watching One Piece, or they should be reading the colored manga. But, yeah. Chin said, Fable and Ties, Conqueror's Hockey is too strong. We're fainting. Harvision is spitting. He said, Kinemon recovered so fast, I need whatever Chopper gave them. I was saying that during the live read. I was like, first of all, this man was packed up. He was over Usopp's shoulder. How did he end up right here to be here for this moment? How did he get there? It's just, that's the one moment of, like, extreme plot convenience in the chapter. Oh, they started at the beginning. Gotcha. Fable said, I'm going back to lurking. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, my man. Phantom Greyfire said the Tai versus Fable Super Chat Wars will go down in history. Yes, they're going to be put in the Odin Journal, the logbook. Bar said, yeah, insane. Kiku too. Yeah, I mean, at least Kiku was still packed up, and like, I mean, I really liked the panel of Kiku like hanging over Nekomamushi. I thought that was like hilarious and cute. It's the Kinemon one that was just kind of like, I don't know about this, guys. Chin said it's Kinemon saying nothing happened, Randy. Axo said Kin has the nerve to say fake it till you make it. Yeah, and I literally like stopped the reaction and just say, this dude is one to talk. I mean, you know, not only because of his fake it till you make it moment with the, you know, Tokage port, but this particular chapter. Razo Burns meant nothing too. That's the one thing that I would be like, Ashura Doji needs to be dead. Ashura Doji needs to be dead. Burns said Fable and Tai really tempted me here. Super Chat War, he said. My fiance will literally execute me though. Burn, I know you're saving money, man. It's cool. It's cool. I don't want you getting in trouble, my man. Thank you, though. Thank you. So I'm taking a look at the chapter again. I'm looking at this Kinemon panel again. I'm just mad. But, you know, I mean, it's just Oda trying to have maximum feels. He's trying to have maximum feels. And, I don't know, probably by tomorrow there'll be like some prototype of a Chinese custom group making statues of adult Momonosuke. Let's see. Oh, I see the fox now. Yeah, that was mentioned earlier with Ringo. We see, there he is. Look at that. That's great. Chrissy said, oh, Doji's definitely going to be a Pell too. I can feel it. Don't even put that in the universe, Chrissy. Come on. Chrissy said he's going to be in the background like nothing happened. Watch.
In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks I got gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this
My
jacket?
guy.
Pay my
That I'm back.
taxes.
Did I miss my
Trust me, you
opportunity
can
to
track
take
it.
Fable out? Ty, unfortunately, I think you got denied by Fable. He said, despite popular demand, he and Ty will not be going on a date. Everybody was shipping you. They had a portmanteau and everything. Table. Alright? Ty and Fable together. Table. The renowned and tabled. Tell Baffy will. um. Giovanni said, Ty, I'm available. This is hilarious. Lucy B said, the fox is there, didn't see it. Yes. Yes, it is. If you look at the panel when we cut to Ringu, he's there. And don't worry, Vern, don't worry. Got you. DK said, what was better? 1051 or Ty and Fable's short love story? That's tough. That's tough. They're pretty comparable. This was a monumental chapter, but Ty and Fable have also made this a monumental stream. Flex gods are here. The flex gods. Flex gods. Going back to rereading the chapter real quick. It really looks like we're gonna get Yamato. I mean, unless this is like some big fake out here.
Savage.
That would be crazy. I still love what Jinbei said the most, though. We'll need to get confirmation from the captain before I'll be convinced. And Frankie's not really having it either. Kev Dog said, Ty and Fable basically made a cover story. Dare I say, lover story. Everything about all this is it's just savage. I love this.
Certified trip. It's about to get spicy.
It's Tama time for sure, and I'm at that part of the chapter as well. I love the emphasis on Tama. You know what's one interesting thing that I brought up immediately when Yamato came into the story? Is that Yamato and Otama are like almost palindromes of themselves, other than the Y. You know, it's like, now this isn't the case in Japanese, obviously, but I mean, if you spell Otama backwards, you get Yamato without the Y. So that's just sort of, you know, like a strange thing to have those two prominent characters have that.
Another one.
Container Productions, appreciate you. Thanks for joining the channel. Another one. Container was another go to the stream. I keep going back to this Nami Speed moment here. I'd rather think of you as a mother. This is the one of the most important parts of the chapter here, and why I think like Nami is literally about to adopt Tama. Like, it was always Tama for Nakama, but now it's like Tama for Nami's adoptive daughter. Let's see. Catching up on the chat here. Dizza is the matchmaker. Look what he did for Randy and Chrissy.
Savage.
That's a throwback. Chrissy, it's true, Barry. I was so shy. Thanks, Dizza. He gave me the courage. Burn said, y'all, we might have a house soon. Fingers crossed. Definitely won't have anyone scooping this one from us. Yeah. That's exciting. That's exciting. Market's crazy right now. Everybody's scooping everything up the way it seems. So I'm glad you guys found something that you like. I'm rooting for you guys. Definitely send in positive vibes, just like Chrissy just said. Yeah, love that. See those Genki Tamas in the chat for Vern. And it's about to get a house. I said, damn, Closet Life sounds like they found him. Cold Zero said, what do you think of Tama and Speed? Seems like Tama to stay on Wano and Speed. No. Tama is going to... Speed has, I think, been scared away by this mother talk, right? So Speed was choosing to be at Tama's side, but then that expression about Tama thinking of Speed as a mother, no, Speed's out. Nami's in. Nami will be the mother for Tama. That would be a better story, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. So that's my wish right now, because it would be so good for Nami too, with her backstory. Parvision super chatted $3.03. Said Ty was down 3 cents. Fixed it. I can't wait for collab. Yeah, that's gonna happen soon. I neglected my brothers for too long. Said I strongly believe Yamato stays and Tama joins. I mean, it has a high possibility. Kev Dog said, if Nami adopts Tama, that would be the most satisfying thing ever, going full circle with Belmir. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Brandon King said, it makes sense for Nami to want to adopt Tama, because she knows what impact mothers can have on your life and wants to give her one. Exactly. Exactly. And that shot of Nami. Whew, man. Nate Roar said, dang, Fable was in here bawling earlier. Got here late. Can't wait to catch your reaction to this one. Yay for Yamato and big yay for Momo. And yay for Tama, too. Because Tama's about to get a mom. Chrissy said, Ty, that Pink Panther video Randy showed me this morning. I was dying laughing. I was dying laughing, too. Yeah. Saeed said that Speed was taken aback in a good way, according to him. You can see a heart symbol in the sound effect. Ah, yes, I do see that. I still think that the story is going to move around, and it's a misdirection. Ah, the cams are here. Man, Zoe must be around the corner. Let's see. Vernico said, "Listen, y'all, the Savage Crew barbecue will be happening. Just let me know when and where. Probably gonna be like Philly-ish area, I imagine. That's doable." People said if we ever do meet up, that would be cool. I'd love to do something like that. Cassidy said, upon recent reread, Nami has become my favorite character. Mother Nami would be perfect. I want that for her character so much right now. Barry said, "This is a wholesome romantic comedy, hot cams." Yeah, this stream is hilarious. God. New tweet by Steve Maeda. Let's see. It's probably something about Monday. Hey. Wow, that is specific. June 6th, 9:53 a.m. PT. So, like 12:53 a.m. my time. If everybody's looking at that tweet that DK put in, I love this, but at the same time, it really just looks like the Straw Hat logo is like just farting. I can see like it's a rocket like going in the air. But I don't know about that. I love that it's 9:53 a.m. though. I love that. So specific. We're definitely going to be doing some Geek Week content, about whatever is released for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a live stream as it is happening, unfortunately. But I'll be doing something later that night, maybe around 6 p.m. my time on Monday. We'll kind of go over everything. And then, of course, whatever it is, I'll also do a video on it. So expect some sort of a stream on Monday. Yes, I do want to make a mama out of Nami. Let's see. Chris is gonna make meatballs. Vernico said, just a little outside of Philly, y'all. I legit would love to have you all. You guys are such a great part of my life. I'll 100% host once we get the house fixed up. Cool, cool, cool. Fable said, put ones in the chat if you ship me with one or more members of the chat. There you go. Yeah. Chrissy said, oh, Nami being Tama's mom is sweet. I want it. I want it. It's now my like most wanted thing for this arc. I already wanted Tama to join, but now like it's just it's up here now. Ty said Katakuri inbound on the cover story. I'm here for it. Let's go. Now I'm at Tama's backstory here. I love that Tama's had Kamachio for this long. So this implies that Tama's had her devil fruit for a long time. I still think that there's probably more to this story. Because it's like, how did she get that devil fruit? One more factory workers died today. You know, I mean, that totally implies that Tama is a complete byproduct of Orochi's just mingling with all this. It's not... Tama isn't Orochi's daughter, but Orochi literally killed Tama's parents. Hey, Saeed, if you're in here... Are you able to make out what's on the graves, on Tama's, like, parents' graves? Are there names there, or does it just say mother and father? Because that's something I really want to know. If the you know, the characters on the gravestones are readable. Look at that baby Kamachio, though. That's crazy that they've been together that long. Spare. Saeed said I tried, but I couldn't make out the characters. All good, man. Appreciate it. See this? Now, this is actually a really great moment, right? So after the flashback, like right before the flashback, Tama has that moment with Speed, talking about how they think of Speed as a mother, right? But after the flashback, when all of the emotions start swirling, Tama goes and grabs Nami and then cries into Nami's chest. Nami has this amazingly satisfied smile on her face. Oh, man. This is such a powerful moment. And I feel like I glanced over this during the read. And then Speed is jealous. Nami is going to be Tama's mother. Instinctual, Tama went to Nami. Mothering mode activated. That smile that Nami has is like a top 3 Nami panel for me right now. This is literally a top 3 Nami panel. If you're sleeping on this, and this is not just my Tama bias, this is literally like a full circle thing for Nami's character. This is awesome. I love this. Container Productions, yes, that smile is to be protected. That's my favorite moment of the chapter. Right there. Favorite panel. Fable said it's like watching a puppy choose which owner they like more. Nami will be her mom. Yes. And I will dance. I will literally thrive in it. Because there may be the death potentially of Kurozumi Tama, right? I mean, at least the Orochi part is done. But what have I been saying just as long, if not longer? Tama for Nakama. Tama is joining. Barry said, let Sanji catch her like that. My agenda. Cue Mr. Burns. Excellent. Oh, man. Wow. I'm glad I'm doing this reread now. I mean, I always do this anyway, but like I'm really going slow with it like I do normally after the stream. And I'm just doing it now. Yeah. Normally when I try to analyze the chapter and everything, but sometimes I get caught up with the chat and everything. And then I go in and I really like go deeper after the streams, but I'm kind of trying to do that now because this is like a big monumental chapter. This person throwing their baby up in the air. Law using Beppo like a chair. Also, Carrot fans are kind of in the mud. Because it's like there's so much emphasis on Yamato and Tama, and then Carrot gets like one little panel. Otoko looks like a Rick and Morty character. Just the way they're drawn in that panel. I like Toko. But it's fake it till you make it line. Jeez. I have to give it to Momo too, right? Because Kinemon looks to him and says, fake it till you make it, right? And obviously he's speaking from experience, but he's also giving Momonosuke exactly what he needs to fake it till he makes it, to pretend he's actually a 28-year-old. And he gives an excellent speech that riles everybody up across the entire nation. So shout out to Momonosuke. I wish a little more time was spent on the Hiyori moment. I don't think that it should have been relegated to like 2 very small panels on the last page. I think that moment should have been like a double page spread, to be honest. I would have preferred that, something like big. There's another great Nami smile hugging Tama at the end. Tama's joining people. That you can't separate Nami and Tama. And if you do, she's coming back for Tama at the end of the series. But I think it's like set in stone. Tama's coming. it also is going to give Oda like so much opportunity to flex with different animals and stuff. Guy Vern, he said, so Oda gave Momo a narration box. Do we think this is a Bonaro Island / Grand Fleet level box? If so, what is he doing in the final war to earn that? I do think that it's in that same realm, right? Because it's like those two narration boxes. It's talking about events in the future. Momo is not the great shogun yet, but he will become the great shogun. So Momo really, the next couple of chapters should set it up for Momonosuke to also come with the crew. So it really should be Momo, Tama, and Yamato getting on the Sunny wherever we go next. And I don't think that Tama can leave Kamachio behind, so I think Kamachio would probably come as well. And there's plenty of room on the Sunny. The Sunny is like way bigger than anybody imagines. Sakura petals dance in a future sky, where warriors can finally rest their blades. A man 8 years of age surveys their progress as they drift night air of the renowned land of samurai. He may lack physical strength, but he compensates with his devotion to duty and boundless compassion. This man will one day be known far and wide as one of Wano's greatest leaders. We have just borne witness to the birth of the great shogun Kozuki Momonosuke. Yeah. It's also implying Sakura petals dance in a future sky where warriors can finally rest their blades, right? That future sky, that is not now. Wano is not completely safe yet. The world government is still an issue. Whew. Catching back up in the chat, I was really enthralled with all of that. Isopod said, can't wait for the Marines to panic when they hear Straw Hat Kozuki Odin. Relax when it's not that Odin, then Enel face when they hear Kaido's son. I really just want Yamato to drop that whole bit, personally. Chin said Genzo is going to be like, who's the daddy with Tama and Nami? Nami hasn't been gone for 8 years, guys, so I think he's going to immediately see that Nami's pulling a Belmir. And that's like such a perfect, like, just story for Nami anyway. For her to, like, not have her own children, but adopt this child in the story. Thomas is the Joker to Orochi's Batman. PK said, Randy, you better play Resident Evil 4 Remake on stream, my man. I want to watch you play it now. Oh, I'm definitely going to be playing that for sure. For sure. I saw the trailer came out. I still have to watch it. Maxo said, Tama moment really made me tear up this chapter. She was holding it in for so long. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Oh, DK left. I'll see you later, DK. Who better than Nami to teach our girl Tama to be a splendid ninja, right? Nami did spend the entire, Act 1 and 2 learning how to be a ninja. And Nami can teach Tama in the ways of, being a pickpocket as well. I'd love that really satisfying moment of like, they needed something and they don't know where it is, but Nami had been teaching Tama, and then Tama just goes, "Oh, this thing? I have it." I'd love something like that. Barry said, "Little Tama on the ship is just ... I need it. I need it too." Phantom Greyfire said, "Tama can leave Kamachio behind. Her teapot, on the other hand ... Yeah, Bumbuku's gotta come too." Kev Dog said, "The Tama's teapot theory might come into play, guys." I mean, yeah, Bumbuku was on that cover page too. Burns said, "Alright, yo, I gotta run." It was a fun moment. It was. I'm about to wrap things up too, because we're at the 2-hour mark. Nami and Sanji and Titi Robin can teach her so much. I love that. Titi Robin. Oh my god. Tama and Momo. Tama was always in. Momo, I don't think it's out of the question though. Very motivated. Said Pokemon Go was a whole aesthetic and the closest we ever got to world peace. It was. I remember that time. I remember that summer specifically. What a time. So yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap things up. Any last things anybody wants to say? Damn, Greyfire say, "Randy Troy, when will you reveal the tinfoil straw hat end of Act 3? Well, Chrissy wanted to work on it soon. I think she was even talking about maybe doing it today. I don't know, hopefully by the next chapter, if Chrissy's feeling up to it. Look up Lechonk. I've been seeing a lot of memes about this. Isn't that one of the new Pokemon that's going to be in Violet and Scarlet or something? Lechonk. It's a little pig Pokemon. He's a little chonk. You don't even have to... I don't even have to change his name. I love changing Pokemon's names. When that game comes out, I'll probably be streaming it. If I catch a Lechonk, I'm not changing his name. He doesn't need a nickname. Farvision said Nami's new epithet, Big Mom. Did I finish Moon Knight? I did. It was alright. Hawkeye's still the best Disney Plus Marvel show. Then probably WandaVision. I'd put Moon Knight above Falcon and Winter Soldier, but still below Loki and What If. Yeah. Probably second from the bottom, right after Falcon and Winter Soldier. Kev Dog said Firestream overall. My favorite part was the table arc. That's going down. I need all of the our the Savage Pirates journal keeper needs to talk about the table arc. I don't know who is our log keeper, but the table arc needs to be written in the annals of history for forever. Falcon and Winter Soldier was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. The last episode was good. The rest of it was not good. Lechonk. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Barry's the log keeper. All right. Loggy Doggy, it's in his name. Fable said Barry's both the log keeper and a resident fan fiction writer. Yeah. The log keeper needs to talk about the table arc forever. Oh, midnight for sure. Loggy. Yeah. Oh man. It's like I'm like trying to wrap up the stream, but everybody's just dropping all this funny stuff in the chat. Yeah. This is said he's the counselor apparently. You're the hitch. You're the matchmaker. You're the crew matchmaker. Oh, Cams is back. Right for the end. Alright. Monumental chapter. Tama for Nakama. Yamato likely for Nakama. Momo still has a chance to join. And the raid succeeded and can no longer fail. But there can still be a failure in Wano. So. Is it the hitch? That's a pretty good epithet. I like that. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for the monumental stream. It was fun reading the table arc with you guys. Shout out to Channel Goats, Ty, Flex God Ty, Flex God Fable, Flex God's Table, and everybody else. Appreciate it. Keep in mind, Monday. I'll be back Monday. We're going to do a YouTube stream to talk about whatever happens on the for the Netflix Geeked Week for the One Piece news. So it'll be a couple hours after it comes out, but you know that's enough time to sort of digest it and everything and go through all of it. All right, catch everybody later, and look out for the analysis hopefully on Sunday. If not, I'm gonna try and get it out by Sunday. All right, later everybody. Savage.